What it is, what it do. I'm A1. Get this money. And this is GTA 5 top 10 highest paying missions online. Starting with number 10, we have Defender. And before we get started, I just want to mention all of these missions were done after patch 1.09. The RP varies. It depends on who you're playing with and what difficulty you're playing the mission on. And I did not show the one-time high payout that you receive for each mission once you reach the minimum level requirement. I'm just showing what you're most likely going to see if you do these missions online. So the results will vary. But beginning with number 10, Defender. I like how it can be done solo. That's one of the positive features of this mission. The only drawback is the maximum people you can play with is 2 people. You have to escort a helicopter to Sandy Shores for Madrazo, and it pays great, but like I said, the maximum you can have is 2 people. So if you have a full party, that mission's not an option. You have to be at least level 70 to start it, and you have to call Martin in order to get it. Coming in at number 9, we have landing gear. You have to be at least a level 55 to start it, and the person you call is Ron in order to start the mission. One of the good things about this mission is that if you have a full party, say 6 people, then you can play this mission. There's only a handful of 6-player missions, so that's one of the good things. The only bad thing I think about this mission is that you have to have at least 4. If you don't have 4, you can't start the mission. So keep that in mind before accepting this mission. All you have to do is go to the airfield, kill a few people, take the airplanes, and if all your teammates took the airplanes, then hop in the helicopter, give them some air support, and return the planes to the boatyard. And that's it. Here are my results for landing gear. Not too bad, not too bad. Coming in at number 8, we have On Maneuvers. And before we get into On Maneuvers, I just want to mention these are not the top 10 best missions or funnest missions in my opinion. These are the top 10 highest paying missions. Check the description for details on how and why I picked these missions, alright? So for On Maneuvers, you can play solo, but I would not suggest doing that. You have to go to this location, kill a few people, steal an annihilator, which is a helicopter, and bring it back to the airfield. But you will have to shoot down a jet and a couple enemy helicopters when returning that helicopter to the airfield. So you want to have somebody in the buzzard as well to shoot those down while you're returning the annihilator. Another bad thing I don't like about this mission is that the most people you can have is 3. So if you have a full party, and I'm usually playing in a full party, this mission really isn't an option. But nevertheless, it's still one of the highest paying missions in the game, and it also has a decent amount of RP. So here are the results I got for On Maneuvers. Remember, it's a level 65 mission, and you have to call Lester in order to get it. Coming in at number 7, we have American Exports. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't really like this mission, and I base that on past experiences with this mission. It is a level 65, and you have to call Lester in order to get it. First thing you have to do is steal a cargo bob, and after that you have to lose the cops. So if you're going to play this mission, make sure you're playing with pretty good players who understand how to lose the cops for 1 and not blow up the container for 2. So I mean, there's a lot of things that can make you fail this mission, and so if you're going to accept it, make sure you're playing with some pretty decent players. Once you steal a cargo bob, you have to go to the airport and pick up the container and take it back to Lester's warehouse. It's literally just like Docks to Stock and Docks to Stock 2, which are 2 other missions in this game that pay pretty well. They all have the same 3 objectives: steal a cargo bob, steal the container, return to Lester's warehouse. The only bad thing I don't like about this mission is losing the cops, because some people have a hard time losing the cops. Regardless, still one of the higher paying missions in the game. Here are the results I got for American Exports, and coming in at number 6, we have Chopper Tail. In my personal opinion, one of the best missions in the game, considering how long it takes and how much it pays. It lets you have up to 4 players. It is one of Trevor's missions, and you have to be at least level 70 in order to get it. So in order to get Trevor's missions, just 3 different ways. First, you can press start, join a job, and if you're lucky enough, you can get it that way. Another way is to have him call you, and I'm not exactly sure how that works because there's sometimes when he doesn't call you at all, but when he does call you, he'll offer you different missions, and sometimes one of them is chopper tail. And the third way is on the menu screen in between missions where you refresh or go to free mode. Sometimes chopper tail will pop up there as well. So here are my results for chopper tail. One of my favorites. If you would see it, accept it. One of the best missions in the game. Coming in at number 5, we have Method in the Madness, which is another one of Trevor's missions. I already told you how you can get one of Trevor's missions, so this one is a level 65. It is a little bit longer than the other missions in this list, but definitely worth it. You have a lot of action. You got to blow up vehicles and gas tanks, and then once you blow up everything in that area, you have to go down to this little river area that's near a lake. Beautiful scenery right here. Got more stuff to blow up. You got drugs involved, lots of good stuff. I would have ranked both this and Chopper Tail higher if I could, if they only paid a little bit more. But yeah, this is number 5, Method in the Madness, one of my favorite missions. Like I said, it's gonna take you a little bit longer, but once you see the RP I get from this mission, you'll see it's definitely worth it. And so once you return the drugs to Trevor's house, the mission's over. Here's what I got. And the thing is, you can get even more RP than that. I've gotten more than that. I just wasn't recording. Coming in number 4, we have Base Invaders. And before I go into the details on this mission, I just want to mention that I will be posting all of these missions on my channel, the pro way to do it. So if you're interested in seeing how each of these missions are done, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But as for Base Invaders, you have to be at least a level 27. Person you contact is Ron. Call him, and this is one of the missions that he'll give you. I already have a video on my channel showing you how to get 100+ kills for this mission. I got 148. The only reason it wasn't ranked higher is because it doesn't really give that much RP. But if you go watch my 148 kill video and get yourself 100+ kills, that'll make up for the low amount of RP that you get in this mission. I consider this to be one of the better missions because the whole objective is to break into a military base, blow shit up, and then steal shit. So what's not to like about that? Plus, it's one of the few missions where you can get at least 100 kills. And the fact that it's a minimum level of 27 means that even lower level players are able to get this mission. So here's the results I got for Base Invaders. Great payout, terrible RP, still one of the better missions IMO. Anyways, on to number 3. We have Docks to Stop. Again, this is not one of my favorite missions on this list, but I had to rank it this high because of the payout and the RP that it gives. If you don't remember what I said earlier, Docks to Stock 1 and 2 and American Exports, they're all literally the same exact mission. Same objectives, almost the same locations. Like I said about American Exports, some people have a hard time losing the cops, and that can drag on the mission time and whatnot. So if you're going to choose this mission, make sure you're playing with some pretty decent players. You have to have a minimum level of 70, and you have to call Lester in order to get this mission. Compared to the other missions in this list, this is not one of the better missions. IMHO. Okay, you know what? IMHO didn't really sound right. This is not one of the better missions in my honest opinion. But to each their own. And if you didn't notice already, I play all my missions on hard difficulty for many reasons. The main reason being that it levels you up quicker and it helps you get more money faster. And I say that because the faster you level up, the more jobs you get that pay more. So if you're going to do missions a lot, I would highly suggest you get used to playing all of them on hard. So here's my results for Docks to Stop. Not one of my favorites, but it pays good and the RP's not too bad either. Coming in at number 2, we got Stocks and Scares, which is one of my all-time favorite. You have to have a minimum level of 70 and you have to call Lester in order to get it. This is one of my favorite missions for many reasons. Obviously, it's one of the best paying missions in the game. It gives great RP, but more than that, there's a lot of things going on in this mission. There's a lot of action, a lot of killing, blowing stuff up. There's a part on here where you have to hack into this computer thing to access the office, and then once you reach the office you have to crack open the safe. So there's a lot of action going on, and that's another reason why I like it. But it doesn't take long to do. It only takes like 5 minutes to do this mission. But yes, when you're leaving the warehouse, there's a part where you have an epic come at me bro moment where you have like 5 jeeps full of enemies coming straight at you. So like I said, there's a lot of action, a lot of activities, so many activities, which is why this is one of my favorite all-time missions, and if you see it, I highly suggest you accept this mission. So with that being said, here are the results I got for Stocks and Scares, number 2 highest paying mission in the game. Payouts awesome, the RP's great, 2 thumbs up from me. And the number 1 highest paying mission in GTA 5 online is Rooftop Rumble. It literally takes 2 minutes to complete, probably the quickest mission on this entire list. I'm going to show you the entire mission except for the road trip back to Madrazo's. It's a level 75 mission and you gotta call Martin in order to get it. So if you ever get an invite to do this mission, I would highly suggest that you accept it. Anyways guys, if you liked the video or found it useful in any way, click the like button. If you want to see more GTA 5 videos, subscribe to my channel. And if there's something you want to see me do in GTA 5, let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, I may want to get this money and I'll see you guys later.